Hi little skeletons, it is Disney Queen Skelly here and welcome back to the Reacting to Marathon. Today we are taking a break from Harley Baby's videos and we are watching literally the most popular video on Cute Baby Boo called The Secrets Game Number 4. This thing has 1,687 views, 2 dislikes, and the comments are turned off. I've noticed that for a lot of cute and crazy videos, our comments are turned off, and I'm assuming that's because we use a lot of foul language, we use a lot of no-no words, to put it bluntly, and just stuff like that. So we're gonna see why the comments got turned off for this, and we're just gonna watch the most popular video on Cute Baby Boo, The Secrets Game Number 4. Let's go.
I'm cute, I'm crazy, and guess what? It's another secret game. Because we're bored.
Pretty much.
We're still coloring too, so expect us to be like looking down, looking back up, looking down, looking back up. So, we're still going to do 10 questions each. You guys know how this works, and if you don't, it's 10 questions each, and we either get to tell the truth or we get to lie about it. And if we lie about it, then you'll know the truth. If we tell the truth, then you still know the truth.
Yeah. We can either tell the truth or a lie, and the other person has to guess whether it's the truth or a lie.
And since we've been friends for almost 3 years, we should be able to tell.
Sometimes we still can't.
Yeah, sometimes we're like, really? No way.
It's funny, when Harley Baby and I first started, I think we did a little bit of the Secrets game where we did 2 truths, 1 lie, something like that. I was still shocked to figure out some stuff about her. She's still shocked to figure out some stuff about me, especially when we do the 800 questions on our channel. That one gets like a lot of like, really? Really? But so far when it came to the Secrets game, after a while, we just kind of stopped telling lies and we just continued telling truths, so.
Okay, so I will start. Okay, there's one thing that my best friend / mate does all the time that really gets under my skin.
You're so damn shy.
Okay, I know that's true.
I can still be pretty shy. I don't really like talking to people unless I absolutely have to. I mean, when it comes to people at work, if they open up to me, I'll open up to them, but usually I just stay within my own little inner bubble unless told otherwise.
I am extremely shy. And yet somehow I can make YouTube videos and yeah.
No kidding. I mean, like, I can make YouTube videos, no problem. I can talk to a camera, no problem. But heaven forbid, I actually see one of my subscribers in person, they'd be like, "Can I take a picture with you?" I'd be like, "That's fine, yeah, totally. I'm so nervous to be talking to you right now."
She's better through the screen than she is.
Yeah.
Except for with me, she's known me for like almost 3 years now.
Yep, in May, 3 years.
Yep, I grabbed.
It's amazing because our friendship lasted nearly 5 years before everything fell apart. And this April, Harley Baby and I, well, you guys are seeing this sometime in June. So this past April, Harley Baby and I had known each other for 4 years now. It's absolutely nuts.
Too.
One of my deepest, darkest secrets is that I can't blank unless.
One of my deepest, darkest secrets is that I can't sleep without knowing I'm safe. Like, either I have to have the TV going, I have to have some kind of light on, or I have to be holding something.
That is true.
Technically, it is all of the above. I usually watch The Simpsons on my laptop with my phone light on and holding my Maggie doll, my Nightmare Before Christmas teddy bear doll, and my Zero doll.
Yeah, extremely true. I can't lie there.
Yeah.
Okay. I really lost my temper when...
I really lost my temper when. I did offend W there, didn't I?
When?
When. My choir teacher says the H's in words.
Like
when.
when?
Like when. He says
When.
when. It's funny.
Juan? No.
Juan.
It's kind of like Stewie when he says, cool whip, cool whip.
Okay, so
Okay.
I really lost my
I
temper
really lost
when...
my temper when me and my boyfriend got in a fight over something stupid. I'm not talking about yesterday.
No, but I know it's true.
When I was a kid, I had a huge...
There was this one time, I remember her telling me a story about when this particular ex and her were driving in the car, and she really had to pee, and they were like literally 5 minutes away from their destination. She really had to pee, so she made him pull over just so she could use the bathroom.
collection of
When I was a little kid, I had a huge collection of stuffed animals.
I think that is true.
It
because
is.
You
I
still have a huge collection of stuffed animals.
yeah. I had my entire bed, well, like the lining of the back of my bed, I had 2 nets on either side of my room, and I had a closet door filled.
And I still sold about 3/4 of that shit, and then now it's all coming back.
Nice.
And when we had a garage sale, I in total sold about 3/4 of my collection and made about $50 off of it.
Nice.
I was like 10. I needed to get rid of them. When I was a kid, my friends and I would call people on the phone and
When I was a kid, my friends and I would call people on the phone and prank them.
oh, you guys do prank calls?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I used to love doing prank calls as a kid.
Prank calls?
I don't think I ever did prank calls as a kid. I didn't know who to call without getting in trouble.
These are so fun.
Prank calls were fun.
Even though it was the fashion rage, I refused to wear.
Even though it was the fashion rage, I refused to wear rompers.
That is true.
I've never worn a single romper.
You do not like rompers?
That has since changed. I own 2 rompers. I own a Maleficent romper, which has like a little skirt trail, and then I own a Hades romper, same style.
I hate rompers.
I have like 2.
It's because I feel like I'm wearing like a jumpsuit.
It's hard to pee in a romper.
Oh dear God.
It's not that hard to pee in a romper. You just kind of have to literally strip in order to take a piss.
You probably won't believe this, but I once applied for a job as a.
You probably won't believe this, but I once applied for a job as a pole dancer.
That's such a lie.
Although someone once told me I was pretty enough to be one.
Oh God. Oh yeah, you
Not my boyfriend either.
are. Who was it?
My boyfriend's friend.
Oh dear
Not
God.
Lewis.
Okay. That's disturbing.
Someone I've never even met who he showed a picture of me to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just a heads up, she's not talking about my hubby. She's talking about this other guy named Lewis that surprisingly I met through another friend of mine that okay. So, I had this friend in middle school who dated this one guy. And then I became friends with him. And then he had a friend named Lewis who apparently her ex-boyfriend knew as well, which was, it's such a weird entanglement.
I wish I had been a fly on the wall that time that
I wish I was a fly on the wall when I watched people talk about me behind my back.
I would totally sneak into a concert and just watch the concert for free.
You know, honestly, I really wish I was a fly on the wall and people would talk bad about me. Only because I know what they're saying and I know who to eliminate from my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, how emo was I?
One of the most obscene movies I ever saw was Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Good movie. Go see it.
That's a great movie.
Wow, was this when the original Deadpool came out? Because I saw Deadpool, I think I saw Deadpool 2 with hubby. And then we both saw Once Upon a Deadpool, which is when they tried to make Deadpool PG-13. And it worked on some fucked up level.
We'll do a movie review about it later.
So many sex jokes, but they're great. They are great. Sex jokes are hilarious. One thing about my past I've never told my mate is... You say the word mate. You gotta say it with an Aussie accent.
One thing I've never told my mate about my past.
Okay, I rubbed my eye knowing that I had makeup on. I can't do that nowadays. When I do my makeup, if my eye itches, I itch in the corner or underneath. I don't go and actually rub my eye because then that'll fuck up my makeup.
I used to shower in a bathing suit.
Did you really?
No. I've been open about it with everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tell me everything, and I'm pretty sure you started telling Edward everything already.
One.
Well, when I'm dating someone and I trust them, yeah, I'm gonna tell them shit. I mean, when I first met hubby back in 2019, yes. No, not 2019. Stupid. I was 19, not 2019. I was 19 when I first met hubby. I was telling him everything. And then even while we were still friends, I told him shit too. But now that, we're back together again, I mean, obviously he knows everything about me. Like, if I were to keep anything from him, it would either be because I forgot about it, like literally it would come up later and it'd be like, hey babe, have I told you about this one time? Or it'll be like a surprise for him.
One of the most creative excuses I ever used to stay home from work/school was...
One of the most creative excuses I've ever used to stay home from work/school was that I have diarrhea.
True?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's hard to sit in class when you have diarrhea.
Oh, I'll bet. I mean, seriously, you just got shit coming out of you. Like, non-stop.
When I was a kid, one of my favorite games was...
When I was a kid, one of my favorite games was Chutes and Ladders.
Should play the adult version of that. Shots and Ladders.
I swear, I think she was a closeted alcoholic.
Caitlin, we're not old enough.
I know.
This one's a goody two-shoes. No one ever
I was a goody two-shoes outside of the house. Inside the house, oh yeah, I was drinking left and right with my family.
found out I was the one who...
No one ever found out I was the one who mixed the Skittles with the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Please tell me you weren't Satan enough to do that.
I wasn't Satan enough to do
Okay.
Technically, I think the more Satan route would be mixing M&Ms with Skittles, because M&Ms kind of closely resemble Skittles, although knowing me, I could probably differentiate because there are some colors that Skittles has that M&M doesn't. So it would kind of be easier to find them. Plus they label their candies with M's and S's, so
I was Satan enough once to mix Skittles with M&Ms.
God, I'm so lame. It's okay. So is Satan.
We love you,
Actually,
Lucy.
Lucy's adorable. Once
we're talking about the show Lucifer.
I was mistaken for... Yeah.
I don't even need to say it. If we haven't told this story before, it was almost 3 years ago, and we were in Riverside at
We have told this story before, but might as well listen to it again.
a Christmas club thing. And my cousin, because we were both wearing black hoodies, my cousin mistook her for me and me for her. Okay, I'm no peeping Tom, but I must admit, I couldn't take my eyes off.
I'm no peeping Tom. But I must admit, I couldn't take my eyes off of her tits.
That's so true.
That is so not true. I'm not gay.
So she claims.
I wouldn't do this at home, but when I was on vacation...
I wouldn't do this at home, but when I was on vacation, I got laid.
False.
Actually true, I was in Hawaii and I got the layer around my neck. It's called getting laid.
That wasn't a section.
It was funny because during that time in Hawaii, it was also my aunt and uncle's. They used it as an excuse for a honeymoon because I shit you not, that not like 2 weeks before, well, not 2 weeks, I won't say that. I know it was during the summer, so sometime in July or August. I think they got married sometime in that June or May. But either way, my uncle, who was married to my mom's middle sister, he remarried in Hawaii to a very lovely lady. And, she had a daughter from a previous marriage. But the wedding was in Hawaii. It was a destination wedding. And my aunt and uncle got invited because I guess my aunt and her husband, I mean, he technically is my uncle by marriage, but I don't call him uncle. But my aunt and her husband got invited to the wedding, so they figured they use Hawaii as an excuse for a vacation. So when we went to a luau, and it was, I think, almost like the reception for the wedding, when we went to a luau, we had leis put over us, and my aunt's husband looks at me and he goes, "We just got laid." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "The leis are on our necks. We got laid." I was like, "You're so lame."
Sure. That was not sexual. Oh my god, Mandy. Way to trick me.
I probably just tricked half our audience. Okay.
You're my favorite person right now.
I once appeared naked in public.
I once appeared naked in public for a photo shoot.
False.
Yeah. I'm not that photogenic.
Honey, yes you are.
My most unforgettable anniversary was...
Most unforgettable anniversary was...
Remember, this doesn't have to be a relationship anniversary.
Well, my most memorable anniversary was when we went to Melting Pot with my parents for their 19th. Because my mom got really drunk. I was sugar high. It was fun.
We've been married for 19 years.
Almost 25 at this point.
Oh my god, that's a long time. I have no idea how long my parents have been married. Let's see, they were 7 when I got married.
They were 7 when I got married.
I was 7 when they got married. Well, actually, they got married and they were pregnant with my sister. So she's turning 12, so they've probably been married for 12 years.
Okay, last question.
I think my parents now have been married 26 years, I believe. So this wasn't long before we actually moved into this house. But I remember that anniversary. I think it was for their 20th, actually, not their 19th. I believe it was for their 20th. We went to Melting Pot here in Brea, which has since, disappeared. And then the one in Irvine disappeared, so now there's maybe only 2 Melting Pots left. And I gotta take hubby to it at least once before they go poof. Anyway, we went to the Melting Pot, and my mom had this really yummy fruity drink. And she had 3 of them before our food actually came out. And then, because what they do is they do a 3-course meal. You get a cheese appetizer fondue bowl, which we actually got a fondue bowl and the recipe book from Melting Pot so we could do this shit here. But we hardly do it, and I want to do it one of these days. But anyway, so you get a cheese fondue bowl first with apples and veggies and bread and shit like that. And then you get some kind of broth with meat. So you would get depending on what you wanted, you could get surf and turf. You could get a veggie platter if you're, vegetarian or vegan. You could get a meat platter. You could get whatever you wanted. And then you would dip it into the broth to cook for 3 to 4 minutes, depending on your cut. And you would eat it. And normally the dinner for 2 fed all 3 of us, which was great. And then the last portion was a dessert portion, which my parents would let me pick. I couldn't pick the yin and yang one, though, because my mom hates dark chocolate and I hate white chocolate. And even though technically we didn't have to venture into each other's, favorite chocolates, it would be kind of weird if they all mixed together. So usually we would go the s'mores route, which is milk chocolate with marshmallows and graham crackers on the side. And then my favorite thing to get was this tall-ass marshmallow that would be covered in Oreo cookies. And it was delicious. So I ate most of that. So I was on the biggest sugar high. My dad was annoyed, and my mom was hella tipsy, borderline drunk. So it was a good evening for 2 out of the 3 of us.
For me to you. Before I really learned about the birds and the bees, I believed that.
Before I really learned about the birds and the bees, I believed that you can get pregnant if a boy spit on you.
Seriously?
No.
Oh. I was like, how stupid were you as a kid? Alright, last question.
One of the worst meals ever served to me as a dinner guest was...
One of the worst meals served to me as a dinner guest was the burgers that my ex-boyfriend's mother made. They were dry, they were burnt, they had no flavor, and they were crunchy.
I remember those burgers. They were disgusting.
Gross.
That's so nasty.
That's disgust.
Alright guys, that's another secrets game, and again, this thing is so full, we'll probably do way more. Seriously, we won't be done with this for a long ass time. Bye, little mice.
Bye, psychopaths.
Bye, psychotic mice.
Overall, not a bad video. It's really still nice to kind of hear stories that I had long since forgotten about, but eventually I'll kind of sit back and think yeah, I vaguely remember that happening. One story I remember we told was the Masquerade Sweet 16, and I couldn't remember whose party it was. I talked about it with my mom because I was like, do you remember me going to a Sweet 16 masquerade party? And she goes, yeah, wasn't it for that one friend? I was like, oh shit, yeah, I think it was. I still have no idea who I spoke to make her jealous, but say lovey. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This video is going to get a 7 out of 10. I still don't know why it's the most popular video on our channel in terms of content. I don't know if it's just... I don't know what happened. I really don't. This video just started shooting up in views one day and it stopped at 1.6K. So I'll leave it as it is. I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description box below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Cute Baby Boo. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, little skeletons. Stay safe. I love you guys.